continuing our trip around America. I played this on the radio show this morning. Black folks in Boston are demanding $15 billion from Boston and additional cash from white churches for reparations. What do you guys think? Are you lined up to let reparations be taxpayer funded? So let's hear their argument here. These are Bostonians, I guess.
We call on the white church in Boston.
I wouldn't answer the phone if it was me.
To join us in supporting a black reparations movement.
Standing in solidarity, clergy leaders from across the city of Boston gathered for an interfaith, multiracial meeting at the Resurrection Lutheran Church in Roxbury Nubian Square.
What? Nubian Square?
Racial meeting at the Resurrection Lutheran Church in Roxbury Nubian Square. They're here to ask the religious community to atone for Black Boston suffering and support Black reparations.
And we are coming, as Dr. King said, to get our check.
Organizers from the Boston People's Reparation Commission say they're also following up on their demand on the city of Boston for a $15 billion initial payout to begin the process towards repair and reconciliation to the city's black community.
$5 billion as initial payment around cash payouts, $5 billion around strengthening our financial institutions, creating a new black bank, $5 billion in terms of addressing issues of the education achievement gap between blacks and whites.
In 2022, the Boston City Council and Mayor Michelle Wu offered an official apology for the city's involvement in the transatlantic slave trade. She also launched 2 task force research teams.
Wait, hold on. They had slaves in Boston? I was told that those were only beneath the Mason-Dixon line. This is breaking news to me. They had slaves in Boston that are apologizing. This is the same Boston mayor, by the way, Michelle Wu, who held a Christmas party for every elected official except the white ones. It was only for black and brown elected officials. Racist much?
To study Boston's role in slavery and its long impact on descendants.
So we still suffer from the trauma of those instances, and even today, dealing with racism.
On Saturday, this group called on the white church in Boston to support the black community for its association in slavery.
Today we call upon this city, its financiers, and its white...
Notice his rainbow flag here.
Churches to stop the shirking, stop the lying, tell the truth, and pay what is owed.
Organizers say the next step is to engage in conversation with white church leadership directly.
It'd be a hard no for me, dog. Hard no. Won't be getting any reparations from the clay. No, sir. I agree with this Facebook user here. Because I don't owe anyone an apology for the past and don't owe anyone reparations. Bro, after what I've watched these folks do to Jackson, Mississippi over the last 30 years, somebody owes me some damn reparations. And damn sure an apology. I had taken a once bold new city and surgically removed the soul right out that sumbitch. It is now just ate up with slap Democrat death culture. I mean, I know I use the word audacity a lot, for lack of a better word. Do you understand the amount of sheer audacity it takes to sit up there with a straight face and tell a motherfucker that they owe you $15 billion for something that didn't happen to them? Excuse my language. This is the uncensored version of my show. $15 billion. I guess they're going to want Donald Trump to pay for that next. What about repay? Unknown text here. What about repay the food and lodging and clothing over all them years? I don't disagree with you. I mean, brass bowls, just born with them. That's it. It's just, I mean, just big old brass. I mean, I almost respect the audacity. The set of bowls it takes to look that camera straight in the eye and say, we're going to need 15 billion to make things right. And how do they come up with that number? Like, what kind of math, what kind of hoe math did they do to come up with 15 billion being the number? All right, so there's X amount of us. What kind of car you want? How much does it cost? 100,000? All right. And just so on and so forth. I suck so bad at math, I can't even do this funny. But where did they, it sounds like a lot of money. We're going to go with 15 billion. Are they going to split it with the Irish Americans? They're probably not going to split it with the Irish Americans. You're not allowed to ask these questions. It's racist to even ask these questions. It's all for them. It's all for them. It would be really good for the economy. Generally speaking, Democrats are very bad with money. According to some of the people I follow on Instagram, they like to show every penny that they've ever made in one fell swoop. It will be good for the economy short term. Can you imagine the injection of $15 billion and printed up imaginary money into the economy? It would be horrible. We actually saw this happen during COVID when they printed up all that money, what it did to the value of the dollar. It would destroy the value of the dollar. And that's just Boston. That's just Boston. Now, that's not federal money. That's state money. And frankly, I don't care what Boston does with its state money. But man, it's just too stupid to be stupid sometimes.